Hi. You can edit this, right, bitch?
Yes,
Okay, here we go. Okay. Hi, this is Bianca Del Rio, and you're watching Jamar84's YouTube channel. This is really good, but if you want to see his better videos, go to XTube. She's a whore!
What's going on YouTube?
Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Jamar here once again. What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar84 here once again, and we are here to review the third episode of season 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now this was a great episode. It wasn't an hour and a half like the previous two have been. I was kind of like, is this going to be a recurring theme? But no, it wasn't. It was a pretty straightforward acting challenge called RuCo's Empire. So, as many of you may be familiar with the Fox show Empire, which actually comes on next week, next Wednesday. So, actually, I wonder why they didn't push this episode to next week, and then this would have came on, and then 2 days later, Empire would have came back. But it don't matter. Who cares? It was still, some promotion to, when Empire comes back. So, in this episode, they did a mini challenge where they had to basically drag up robes or judge robes. I'm pretty sure there's a more political term for it, but they had to do their judge robes, drag, and in what is that, like a half an hour? Some of that shit was good for a half an hour, considering. Sorry that the phone had cut off, but so Naomi Smalls won, and the whole hoopla about this episode was last week we were trying to figure out who the hell was Ru calling on the phone. And our question was answered tonight, and something in my spirit told me this is going to be anticlimactic and just not what I was expecting. Because a lot of people were thinking, oh, since it's early in the new season, it could be a new girl. It wouldn't necessarily be too unfair because she would only miss like 2 challenges. Or so they're going to bring somebody from last season. Hell, a lot of people were banking on Shangela, Katya. I knew Katya wouldn't come back because Katya is on the next season of All Stars. So, that'd be too much. Yeah, and so he said, the one and only, and then Naysha walks back to the door, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, if you're going to bring back a queen, they did it right last season where there was at least 7 bitches that could come back. And then, of course, Trixie had to win herself back. But it was like there's only one other person it could be. If you were going to bring back any of the 2 eliminated queens, there's only one other bitch that it could be. So, Naysha's back in the game, girl. And one thing I say about Naysha has a nice ass. So I am pleased to view it just a little bit longer on the competition. Hey, it is what it is. So Naysha's redeemed herself, and because she got the second chance, she is also a team captain. So her and Naomi picked teams, and what I thought was interesting, which now that I think about it just now, it makes sense. I thought that, Naysha was going to come back and, instantly gravitate to her, good friend, Miss Cynthia Lee Fontaine, but she didn't. I was just like, oh, and today it was Cynthia and, who was the other person? I can't remember those picked last. I want to say it was Acid Betty, but I'm not sure. I thought that was interesting, but then I'm like, well, I always knew that Cynthia's weak point would be acting challenges just because of her speech thing. It's not like she can't speak English, but she doesn't speak it well in a way that we can always understand what she's saying. I'll put it like that. And if it wasn't like a character that she could play up and be funny, she was going to struggle with it. And that's exactly what happened. So I think that's probably why Naysha was probably like, I love you, girl, but can't do you this challenge. So they're split up into the individual teams, and they have, each of them have roles to play as Cookie. If y'all are familiar with the Empire, I believe they had Cookie, all the 3 sons, and Boo Boo Kitty were all characters in the little skit. And so Thorgy was playing Cookie in who was it? It was Thorgy. Oh, and Naisha's group. Yeah, Thorgy, Naisha, Derek Barry, Kimchi, and who am I forgetting? Acid Betty, I believe. So Thorgy was doing a great job. Thorgy made me laugh. Kimchi, at first she was having a little bit of struggle with the whole. Wait, let me see if I can do it. That. The tongue pop thing, trying to make it a little bit more ghetto. Faith Hill and Rue were trying to help her coach her along with that. And eventually I think she got it. Kimchi really be trying. The shit that she be struggling with, she be finding maneuver ways around that shit. So I can respect her for that. But Thorgy really went there. I had so much fun with Thorgy. And she knew that since her and Bob were going to be playing both role of Cookie, they were going to be kind of going against each other as the whole New York thing. And quickly before I move on to the other team, reference to Thorgy, she talked about how her mother died of cancer, so it was really one of those heartfelt moments, and that's why she said that her parents or her dad kept her cancer from her because they didn't want her to worry. They didn't want, they wanted you to be able to still go on with your life, not worry about coming back home and doing this, that, and the fourth. Which, from a family standpoint, I understand you want better for the next generation. But at least give me enough time to where they waited like at the literal last second. So by the time that Thorgy finally made it home to see his mama for the last time, she died that same day. So she said she never really got, a chance to say goodbye. And I can imagine how frustrating it could be to not have closure with your own mother, especially somebody if y'all were close. That would fuck with me forever. So that's why she said she always preferred just to talk things out. Right then and there, we ain't gonna hold on to shit. And so kudos to Thorgy. I send the extended hand of prayer for you, baby, because I can't imagine. I would be pissed at my family if y'all gonna tell me this shit. Well, no, we want you to go and live your life, this, that, and the fourth. Bullshit. This is my mama, okay? I should be able to at least be with her. At least if I'm there, maybe it'll ease her pain as she transitions and shit. Like, I don't know. So I was feeling for Thorgy in that moment. Next, we get to the team Naomi, which was Naomi, Cynthia, Chi-Chi, Bob the Drag Queen, and Robbie Turner. Okay. The two strongest people in this group were definitely Naomi and Bob. Naomi played the hell out of Boo Boo Kitty, probably even better than Kim. Kim was giving me what was that girl name? Or maybe was she supposed to be playing her? I can't remember. What was Portia? That's what she was. That's who I thought Kim was playing. I don't know if she was supposed to be Portia or Boo Boo Kitty, which of the either. But I think Naomi did the better of the two. And Bob the goddamn drag queen. That bitch. When it came down to the final cut, Bob had me dying laughing. He was like, then why did I wear the... Oh, wait, there's more. The... And then she did the whole ad-lib at the end when everybody else had passed out. He was like, you thirsty, bitch? That was funny. I thoroughly enjoyed Bob the Drag Queen's performance in that. I really, really did. And who else? And Chi-Chi DeVane. I think that's who did I say Chi-Chi? I can't remember. But she did, her part. She did what she was supposed to do. She didn't do horrible, but she was outshined, of course, by Bob and Naomi, in my opinion. And then Robbie Turner. Let me tell you, Robbie Turner is the type of bitch that I just can't fuck with for this specific reason right here. She tried to make it seem... Did y'all see him? Y'all see him? My dog back there on the bed trying to get down. He is, trying to be like, oh, well, this is my arena. This is acting. This is where I shine, bitch. Okay? And so he's up there too busy trying to tell everybody else what to do, trying to give them pointers and his little 2 cents. But when it came down to, the rehearsal, everybody else, Cynthia had her, the speech thing. But Robbie was up there talking shit. So where, like, you ain't even getting your own shit right. You trying to tell me what the fuck to do? Oh, you made it down? Yeah, so he was up there flubbing all the words, not remembering his shit, and we all looking at him like, girl. And like I said, poor Cynthia, she was missing the words, and she was trying to give the emphasis. You could tell she was really, really trying. Hold on. I'm gonna deal with you later. Damn it. The damn dog just threw up on my carpet. It's easy to clean up, but it's just annoying. Yeah, you... Really? Bro! Forgive me, y'all. I had to be a parent real quick. Now I gotta deal with that shit later. Ugh! Anyways. Yeah, doing the damn sit of shame. What was I talking about? Robbie Turner. Yeah. Fucked up the lines, was talking all that shit, and now he done fucked up the goddamn challenge. Well, and when he did the actual thing, it was okay, but yeah. So we get to this runway, and this, once again, is a whole new thing that we've never seen in Drag Race before, where the queens are doing their whole thing on roller skates. I'm just like, I can't help but feel like that's dangerous. I can't, because, I mean, we find out later that they did have, safety measures put in place, but still, hell nah. I can't skate personally. I just be trying to stay afloat. But shit, she worked it out. And then Ru came. I thought she was still gonna do like the regular cover girl. She done came out in roller skates. I'm like, go ahead, mama. Roller skating and drag, and came to a nice smooth stop and everything. I wonder if they did that all in one take though. But it was really, really nice. So the queens do their runways. Now, some of my personal favorites were Derek Barry. She was serving me Katy Perry teas. I did like Robbie Turner from neck down. That wig, you tried it. And Robbie just has a tendency to have bad wigs. Like, I feel like if you said you've been doing drag for 14 years and you still have these basic CVS Party City type wigs. Now, that's the type of Party City wig that Fifi was talking about in season 4. That's the shit she was talking about. Who else? But I did like her whole. She is a skater girl, so she was doing the moves and shit with that wig, girl. It was so distracting. Who else can I remember that I really liked? Bob had this whole idea to do a transformer wheel type thing because he can't skate, but he ended up going on plan B, which is pretty much just like a jumpsuit that looked robotic. He had his storm ponytail and the little eye cyborg thing going on, and she was trying to pretend like he can't really move, and so he's just trying to stay afloat. That's how you turn things around, make things work in your favor. Okay, we thought that Bob was gonna have to struggle just by going down the damn runway, but he made it do what it do. See, who else did I really, really like? Chi Chi's was cute. Acid Betty was out there. It was out there. Kim Cheese was a little meh for me this week. I like the makeup, of course, but the costuming, I mean, she said she got inspiration from another place, but still it was kind of meh. Oh, poor Cynthia. No, it was more cowgirl than anything else, in my opinion. But who else? I don't think there was anybody else that really stood out, or nobody that I can think of off jump right now. Yeah. So let's see. Is there anything else I want to mention? Michelle Visage had that little glittery lip today, and I don't think I liked it. It didn't. I don't think I like that too much. Um, then we get to the judges' critique. And so, of course, Bob the Drag Queen won because that shit was hilarious. Hilarious. So that win, it was definitely, Thorgy was a definite close. She definitely was close. Then we get to the bottom two, which was Cynthia and actually Cynthia, Derek, and Robbie. And I thought that you were gonna put Derek in the bottom two this time, but he just by the skin of his teeth, Derek, made it out the bottom three, which I really, his performance was bad in the thing. And I thought the dress was cute, but yeah, his performance was terrible. So Derek Barry is just barely escaping the bottom two. And so it was Robbie Turner and Cynthia Lee Fontaine. And I was just like, oh, I know they're going to keep Robbie Turner on there because of his shades. I knew it was over for Cynthia. I knew it. But she gave a better lip sync than anybody else that had given thus far. Okay? Because that shit last week, I was abysmal. The week before, Layla was cute. The first episode, but I think Cynthia went out fighting. I can say that. But then, of course, Robbie had her whole moves and spinning wheel things, and she was the one that leaped off the stage and shit. That's how we found out there's a little safety, I don't even know what you call it, but the little pillow or whatever, the little plastic thing they have in like them jump zone places. So Robbie won the lip sync, and she got to stay in the competition, and that's how the episode ends. Now, quickly, we're going to talk about Untucked, okay? Because we always do these reviews to Tuesday after Untucked is aired. The drag queens talk about basically sex. And Kimchi, they talk about what they like in men. But most of them like, tall, dark skin, the typical whatever, whatever criteria you think in your ideal man. And Chi-Chi shared a story where they asked, have you ever fucked in drag? And Chi-Chi said, yeah. Because he said one day, the dude he was messing with, he was putting on his drag, or taking it off, one of the two, but he was still in it. He said, no, leave it on. And he looked over and he saw the dude assuming the position, bent the fuck over, face down, ass up. And he was just like, okay. And proceeded. But he said he would never do it again. I'm like, I can't imagine having sex in drag. I feel like that has to... different strokes for different folks. And them other folk, it ain't me. I'm just saying. And they talked about Naysha's ass. I've talked about Naysha's ass. It's very nice in her boy drag. Then we get the first video, and it's Trixie giving a video to her best friend, Miss Kim Chi. Now, here's the part that kind of was unsettling for me, right? So as, Trixie is, saying how much she loves her, I know how much stress you're under, but you're incredible, giving the whole spiel. Why is it like Robbie and Acid Betty were over there like, oh, her makeup is terrible. Like, oh, look at that nose contour. And if I was Kim Chi, I would be like, bitch, could you shut the fuck up? Because we could talk about your dry ass wig and your 10-foot high mohawk. Shit. I'm sitting up here trying to enjoy this moment, and they got these two cackling hens over here trying to throw shade. Child, that shit was annoying me. I was like, okay, y'all pissing me off now. And what was crazy, what made it even crazier, was that Acid Betty was trying to talk about, look at that makeup. I just don't get it. This, that, and the four. It's just, I just don't understand it. What's the story? And I'm like, Acid. Hold on. Ru, bring your ass over here. Come here. Get out my living room. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. He was trying to say he didn't understand the story and all this other stuff. Well, I'm like, well, Acid. And I was with Bob. Bob took the words right out of my mouth. Don't you go in there. No. Bob took the words right out of my mouth because he was like, but Acid, you are a freak. Like, your whole makeup is abstract. People could probably look at you and say the exact same shit, bitch. So that's why we was kind of confused, like, and Derek said, like, I would expect you to sympathize. And honestly, I would have thought that Derek would be the one making comments about the person's makeup, As Derek was like, shit, that's her thing. That's her fucking thing. Shit, Aston Betty was trying to make it seem like she's the grand dame of all shit. And not everybody is feeling your look, bitch. Even the judges were like, okay, it's getting predictable. We want you to do something else. Like, I'm telling you, Aston Betty is just... I thought it was, you know, she seemed like she was going to be like the calm Tempest type. But no, not at all. Not even in the slightest. But... her and Robbie are going to be... But I was like, that I actually agreed with Derek Barry. And it felt weird to say. That's like what Bob said. Like, I feel weird for saying this, but I agreed with Derek. Like, you should be more, you know, relate more to Trixie's, you know, outlandish makeup, because you are the most outlandish bitch here as far as pushing the envelope of makeup. Mind you, it looks great, but how you gonna say, oh, I don't understand her makeup, look at all that? Like, when you have all this going on, I didn't understand it. But that was the episode, you guys. I don't want to make this too long, but if you guys are enjoying these reviews, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have to go clean up dog vomit. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Jamar, Washington.